not just any Dodger baseball. It's time for first place Dodger baseball. How about that? Yeah, all right. Yep, that's it. First of all, this is the show where you hear about all the stuff that concerns your Los Angeles Dodgers. My name is Randy Tibbins. You know who you are. This is the first... No, this is the first, best, and only video podcast by fans, for fans of your Los Angeles Dodgers. And like I said, I'm Randy Tibbins. You know who you are. It's August the 17th, and your first place Los Angeles Dodgers. I said your first place Los Angeles Dodgers. Yes, are in the middle of a great series with the Philadelphia Phillies. Since the Dodgers won big and the Giants lost, the team is in first place by itself since the first time since May 10th. I like it. Chase Utley hit a solo home run in the 5th inning, and then a granny in the 7th inning. You'll hear that in a few minutes. In Los Angeles' 15-5. Are you kidding me? 15-5 victory. First time the Dodgers have gotten 15 runs this season since opening day. I said, first time they've gotten 15 runs since opening day. That's better. Well, when we get speakers, we won't have to worry about this kind of craziness. All right. He made curtain calls after each homer. Saw that probably on TV. Completing a special and unforgettable night. His first game back in Philadelphia since the Phillies traded him to the Dodgers last year in August. That's almost a year. And oh, by the way, Kendrick and Grandal also went deep with home runs. How about that? Let's hear Mr. Utley's fabulous night of 2 home runs, including the granny, courtesy of Sportsnet LA and Joe Davis.
Is Utley up for the 3rd time tonight? Another good hand from this Phillies crowd. There's a high drive to deep right center. It carries well, and Chase Utley comes home with a home run. How often do you see a curtain call for a visiting player? Utley started this inning with a walk for it feels like forever ago. And he hammers another way back to right field. He is the man. They want him again.
All right, Joe Davis with the call, Sportsnet LA. That was how most of the night went. Dodgers just wiped up the stadium with the Phillies. They are just really stinking it up in Philly. And, of course, classy as he was, Chase Utley performed great. And classy as they were, sort of, the fans gave him a standing ovation each time and gave him a curtain call. How about that? Anyway, it was a great night. Hopefully the Dodgers can continue that. Hopefully they didn't use up all their bullets and all their runs last night. We need some more, so let's keep it going. We'll tell you about today's game in just a minute. Injury report and moves. As we said on our last show, which was on Periscope, Trace Thompson's back injury, previously described as irritation, is in fact the result of multiple fractures. Ouch. The Dodgers outfielder still believes he's going to be able to return in September. I don't know, maybe the end of September. Good luck with that, Trace. It's okay, man. Just relax. We're deep. We're still a little deep. Meanwhile, Brett Anderson says he's going to be ready for his next start, which should be Saturday in Cincinnati. You remember he gave up 5 runs in that last game he pitched in, and he hurt his pitching hand when he went down to get a comebacker, and he sprained it a little bit, but the swelling went down. He says he's okay. We'll see over the weekend. Brett Anderson, we need you, buddy. Stay healthy. Brandon McCarthy was placed back on the DL with a stiff right hip, not to mention the overriding issue of sudden and inexplicable wildness. Dave Roberts didn't say that McCarthy had any tests taken on the hip, but added that he only had, quote, minimal concern. What does that mean? That McCarthy will find his pitch command. Well, he's a pro. He knows how to pitch. I hope he can. Do you think he will? I mean, he's not hurt anywhere badly, so maybe he'll come back in a week or two and be okay. You really can't tell. And major leaguers being what they are and how much money they make today, you don't know what's going to happen. Adam Liberatore should join the Dodgers later in the week. They're saying he's all right. He's had a couple of outings in the minors, so he should be back. Now, I've got a nice little, people say I don't get controversial enough on this show. Well, there's nobody, I don't have any sparring partner anymore because my brother's not on the squad anymore here, but maybe we'll get him on soon. Maybe if we make the playoffs. I don't know. But I was thinking the other day, I heard a nice conversation, should Yasiel Puig be called back up? Well, in the wake of some of the injuries, maybe he should, but I got another argument. He's had big hits with Oklahoma City lately. In case you haven't been watching, he had a 3-hit night last night with a home run and everything. Has 3 home runs and 11 RBIs in 7 games at AAA. I say bring him back. He's hitting better than Reddick is on this team. So what do you got to lose? Yeah, he's a hothead. He's a little showboat. He's a little hot dog, whatever. Everybody needs a little Reggie Jackson once in a while. We could use a little more spirit And if a guy's that young and is full of beans like that, who cares if he makes mistakes as long as he can win some games? And, of course, you can't argue with that arm that he's got from right field. He's a rocket. I mean, the guy just throws people out everywhere. So I said bring him back. He hasn't got anything to lose. He puts fannies in the seats. A lot of Puig fans around. I know he's a pretty good guy, so, he doesn't mean to be an idiot. He just plays the game hard. Showboats a little. Nothing wrong with that. I like a little spirit. And, for every Chase Utley out there that's playing the game the right way, you need a couple of bad boys in there once in a while anyway. All right, let's do some fun stuff as we do. Whenever I do this, that means fun stuff. We got shout-outs. Let's start out with some shout-outs. These are all people who have checked into the Facebook page on Let's Talk Dodgers Facebook page. If you don't know where it is, go find it. That's where this show usually shows up. Let's see. We got today we got Ronald A., Cody S., Ramon O., Bobby K., you know who you are, Rebecca R., and a lady named Iran Dozal Galeana. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Also, Robert G. and Maria V. Shout-outs to all of you from Let's Talk Dodgers. Stats of the day. We got a bunch of stats. I love stats that are cool and different, all right? This one is from a couple of days ago from John Weissman. If you don't know the name, he's the Dodgers Insider blogger. He started out as a regular blogger, like regular podcaster like me, but he started getting paid by the Dodgers about a year or two ago, and he's doing very well. He was worried about all the pitching we had to use since all our starters are going 5 and maybe 6 innings. And by the way, Kenta Maeda did a great job last night going 6 innings. But he was kind of angry at the fact that the Dodgers have used a lot of pitchers in the last couple of days. So he wrote this stat, which I thought was pretty cool. He said, the 1916 National League champion Brooklyn Superbas used 10 pitchers to throw their 1,427.1 innings. That's for the whole year. He goes on to say, the 2016 Los Angeles Dodgers used 15 pitchers to throw 54 innings last week. And he went on to say again that some people, even those under the age of 100, have noticed the difference. In a perfect world, you'd have one pitcher and you'd retire every batter you faced in a given season. But we have never lived in a perfect world. And he says, Bugs Bunny ain't walking through the door. Good one, John. His other factoid was this about the 1916 comparison. He said, in 1916, Jeff Pfeiffer's 328.2 innings with a 1.92 ERA, there were 9 others. He says, in 2016, after Clayton Kershaw's 121 innings with a 1.79 ERA, there have been 28 others. Wow, tells you there's a difference in 100 years of what's going on in Dodger baseball. His point being that no matter how many pitchers you use, you still have to get the outs. Well stated, Mr. W. I hope the Dodgers realize that, and I hope they don't burn up their pitching staff, because we're going to need them in September and hopefully October. I said, hopefully October. All right. More stats coming your way. These are more legit. Not so crazy. Chase Utley, who hit 233 homers for the Phillies. By the way, this one comes from Elias Sports Bureau, so you know it's cool. Chase Utley hit 233 homers for the Phillies, hit 2 home runs, solo shot in a grand slam on Tuesday for the Dodgers in Philadelphia in his first game back there, as you just heard. Utley is the second player, get this now. Chase Utley is the second player in Major League history to hit 200 or more homers with a team and then homer twice in his first road game against that team when he comes back. The first player to do that was Frank Thomas as a member of the Athletics on May 22, 2006 at U.S. Cellular Field against his old team, the White Sox. Wow. Thomas, who hit 448 home runs with the Sox, hit 2 solo homers off John Garland in that game in 2006. That's a pretty wild, amazing, do you care type stat. But the last stat I have for you is another one, and it's the one we got to watch out for. Today being the 17th of August, the Dodgers have just 44 games to play, and 9 of them, more than 20%, are going to be against the Giants. So we still got a lot of baseball to play. Anything can happen. Anybody can win any given day. Any team can beat anybody. You know that. You know that, Bobby K. And so the season's still up in the air. We may be in first place by half a game. Doesn't matter. We got 9 left with the Giants. So we got to make the most of it. We got to be healthy for that. You think that's what Clayton Kershaw's laying for? I think so. All right, this date in Dodger history, August 17th. And that's what day it is. Back in 1992 was a neat day, and we're going to follow it up with a little sound of our own here with the great ones. On this date in 92, and I remember, I think I have the whole game somewhere, at least the last inning, Kevin Gross retired 22 of the final 23 batters he faced on his wife's birthday. I think that's wrong. I think his wife's birthday was the next day. And he no-hit the Giants at Dodger Stadium 2-0. In that game, Eric Karros hit a home run. It was one of the few bright spots for the Dodgers that year, who finished last, yes, I said that right, last in the NL West, 63-99, only 35 games behind the division-winning Braves. But let's take a listen to that last out. And from that date, on this date in Dodger history, 1992, let's listen to the final out of Kevin Gross's no-hitter against those hated Giants, who, by the way, came in fourth anyway, so they were a couple games ahead of us. But here it is with Hall of Famer Vince Scully on the call.
We are a minute away from 10 o'clock, and Gross could be a minute away from a no-hitter. Bill Swift, the runner for Leonard, who was hit on a two-strike pitch, running at first base. Again, Gross out of his stretch. Kevin Ruddy in the strike one pitch is hit in the air to shallow left. Webster's got it. No-hitter for Kevin Gross. He and Mike Scioscia throw their arms around each other. The Dodgers mob the big right-hander. And happy birthday, Mrs. Kevin Gross. Samara, it's a birthday to remember all your lives together. The Dodgers get a no-hitter against the Giants, 2-0. We'll have the totals and the drama after this.
All right, that's going to do that. Always good to hear some Vince Scully. I hope you could hear that. I wish we had some speakers here, but we're working on it, I promise. Anyways, I said Eric Karros hit a home run in that game and did fabulously well. The Dodgers 2-0, and they no-hit the Giants. Way to go, Kevin Gross, on this date in 1992. All right, let's get you out to the ballpark. Don't forget to keep checking the live stream app and their website, too, for whenever these games come up, because even though you may not get Sportsnet LA, you might be able to see them online elsewhere, and that's why I tell you to keep trying that out. Wednesday, August 17th, is a 4:05 game. That's in 45 minutes from now. It's going to be Phillies Phillies right-hander Jake Thompson. He's 1-1 with an 8.68 ERA. Are you kidding me? We got to light that guy up like a pinball machine. He's going up against our lefty Scott Kazmir. He's 9-6. He's done pretty well this year. 4.44 ERA. Could bring that up a little more. Bring that down and bring up their performance a little more, Scott. But he's Mr. Reliable lately. Hasn't been doing too badly. And I think we can light up this Thompson guy if he's got an 8.68 ERA. Man, if we got 15 runs last night, we got to get 30 tonight. Now, put a few in escrow, as Vinny always likes to say. All right, and Thursday's game, August 18th, also a 4.05er. It's going to be Bud Norris, 6-9 with a 4.26 ERA. He can afford to get his ERA down a little bit too, Bud. Come on, get it just a little bit. And they're going up against right-hander Jared Eichhoff that day on Thursday. That's tomorrow. 8-12 with a 3.82 ERA. A little bit tougher game. That's why we got to fatten up on these guys today. Win 2 to get the series, and maybe win tomorrow to get the whole sweep. But I think we got to beat up on the bad teams, don't you? And we sure did it yesterday. We wiped up the field with those guys. So I hope we can keep it rolling. It looks like everybody's getting hot at the same time. I mean, Howie Kendrick and Grandal and Chase Utley and Corey Seager and you got a pretty good lineup. Gonzo, we need everybody clicking all at once. All we got to do is get our pitching back on track, and we'll have it. Remember to write to us if you get a chance and tell us what's on your mind, any topics you want me to cover on Let's Talk Dodgers. You can hit us at letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. That's the old-fashioned email address. If you like, you can also write us right here on Facebook. Chime in anytime you want. I'll give you a shout-out. Let's Talk Dodgers on Facebook. You can hit me in Twitter, at Let's Talk Dodgers, or at Randy Trumpet is a better one because I read that one, and I think Lynn's still reading at Let's Talk Dodgers. You can also, maybe even, I don't know if you can hit us up in Periscope. You can write to my, well, it kind of comes over from the Twitter account, too, at Randy Trumpet. What else we got for you? That's going to do it. Got Corey Seager's public signing at the Frank & Son Collectible Show on August 27th. We'll talk about that. That's another 10 days from now. Check out John Suhu's outstanding photography blog at dodgersphotog.mlblogs.com. That's dodgersphotog.mlblogs.com. I'm Randy. You know who you are. And don't forget to come back on, let's see, what is this? Wednesday? Come on back on Friday. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. And before we do, I got one more thing. Well, let's see. Yeah, let's do this first. I got one more thing for you, and I think you'll agree with me on this one.
I'm going to pick the Dodgers to win the division.
Yeah. All right. That's going to do it. Come on back on Friday. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. Tell your friends, Let's Talk Dodgers right here in Facebook. beat the Phils. Stay cool, everybody. Bye-bye.